Hello students, today we are going to discuss about fruit of morphology of flowering plant of 11th class. So we are discussing the basic concepts. Okay, so in fruit basically is the characteristic feature of the flowering plant. Okay, so in only flowering plants, that is angiosperm also, only the fruit is produced. It is a mature or ripened ovary. Okay, when the ovary get matured, then it convert into the fruit, and it is developed after fertilization. If a fruit is formed without fertilization of the ovary, as in banana, then it is called a parthenocarpic fruit. Okay, so banana is one of the example of parthenocarpic fruit. So the process of formation of a fruit without fertilization of ovary is called parthenocarpy. Okay, generally the fruit has a wall, okay, and that is called the pericarp. Okay, now pericarp, it can be divided into three parts. Okay, that is, you can see here epicarp, mesocarp and the endocarp. Okay, so there are three layers. We can differentiate the pericarp into three different layers: epicarp, and middle is mesocarp, outer is the epicarp, and the inner one is the endocarp, as you can see easily in the mango fruit. So the outer skin is the epicarp, the fleshy part which you eat is the mesocarp. Okay, and the hard stony part is the endocarp, and inside that there is seed. Okay, then mango and coconut. Okay, as you can see the diagram, mango and coconut, these are known as the drupe fruit. Okay, and the reason is that they are developed from the single carpel, okay, monocarpellary ovary. Okay, and the ovary is superior. Okay, that means all the floral parts arise below the ovary. Okay, and it is one seeded. You can find only one seed in the mango. In mango, the pericarp is well differentiated, that we have already discussed. Okay, and in case of the coconut, you can see, in case of coconut you can see there is membranous epicarp. Okay, the epicarp is membranous. Okay, here you can see that is the epicarp. Okay, now next we have is the fibrous mesocarp, the fiber like structures that are arising, that forms the mesocarp. You can see the fibrous part. Okay, next we have the endocarp. Okay, and that is the stony part. Okay, that is very hard. Okay, that is the endocarp. Okay, so the inner part is the endocarp. Okay, now inside the endocarp there is the seed. Okay, this green portion you can see, that is the seed, and inside that there is the endosperm. Solid endosperm is also present, and the liquid endosperm in the form of water fluid is also present, that is the water of the coconut, that is coconut milk. Okay, now the endocarp encloses a single seed with brown testa, the outer part. Okay, white oily endosperm is there, an embryo and a watery fluid called milk of the coconut. Okay, that is present in case of the coconut plant. Now when we move, if you move to the seed, okay, in case of seeds we have two type of seeds, that is dicot seed and the monocot seed. Okay, so in case of dicot seed, if you take the seed coat, okay, the outer part of the seed coat is called the testa, and the inner part is called the tegmen. Okay, testa and tegmen. Now if you see the seed, okay, entire seed if you see, then you can say that the outer part is the seed coat, and there is a part that is called the hilum, and another part, that is the pore like structure, called the micropyle. Before fertilization, the micropyle serve as an opening for the passage of the pollen tube, okay, which bring the male gametes. Okay, now next, if we split the seed of the dicot plant, then you can see there are two cotyledons. Okay, this is entire from plumule to radicle, this is called the embryonal axis. Okay, and the upper part is the plumule. Okay, then the lower part is the radicle. Okay, and these two are the cotyledons. Okay, now if you move to the monocot seed, okay, then you can see that in monocot there is remain of the endosperm. Generally endosperm is used up. Okay, in coconut also you found that there is the endosperm. Here in case of the maize seed also you find the endosperm, and there is embryo. Now when you see the monocot in the longitudinal section, you find that there is presence of the seed coat outside, and there is a layer, proteinaceous layer, that is made up of the aleuron. Okay, aleuron. And if you move downward, okay, there is cotyledon of the monocot plant, and that is called the scutellum. Okay, scutellum is there. Then there is a small covering of the plumule, okay, that is called coleoptile. Okay, that you can see coleoptile is present, and then there is the plumule portion that give rise to the shoot system. And if you see downward, there is coryza. Okay, this portion in between, and this is the radical one. Okay, so from here the root will arise. Okay, in case of monocot, the scutellum is known as the cotyledon, and the endosperm is prominent at, it remains in the seed of the monocot mostly. Okay, not all. Now children, we'll discuss some symbols of floral formula. When we discuss about the different plants, we make the floral diagrams. Okay, and we make we write the floral formula also. Okay, so before we write any formula, we need to know certain abbreviations or symbols, okay, that are needed. Okay, so you can see EBR. Okay, you can see EBR, that is for the E bractet. Okay, E bractet. Then BR. Okay, BR is there. BR is for the bractet. Okay, K for calyx, that is sepal. C for corolla, that is petals. Then P for perianth or tepals, that is a fusion, or the fused calyx and corolla form the perianth or tepals. Then A for androecium, G for gynoecium. If G has a line over it, then it is called the gynoecium, and it is the superior ovary. It shows superior ovary. Okay, and if a line is under the G, then it is inferior ovary. If you see a circle or O or 0 and arrow on it, then it is male. And if you see a circle and a plus under it, then it is a female. If a circle is having arrow as well as the plus sign, then it is the bisexual. Okay, it is bisexual. Then next we have is the circle and plus inside. Okay, so circle plus inside it, then it is for actinomorphic flower, that means it shows the radial symmetry. Okay, and if you see the sign of the percentage, then it is for zygomorphic flower, okay, and it shows only bilateral symmetry. And if you see the symbol of bracket, okay, bracket is there. If 2 plus 3 is there, okay, 2 plus 3 is inside the bracket, that means if the sepal is there or petal is there, these are fused, that is used for the fused or attached form. So these are some symbols which are used in the floral formula.